What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and today marks the 5th year anniversary of the channel. 5 years ago today, I started my first Let's Play, and here we are, 5 years later. Wow, I can't believe it's already been 5 years since I started doing this, but typically I do one of these videos every year to basically, well, give a bit of a state of the channel, answer a few questions about things that I do, like setup and the LP schedule, because I do get questions from time to time, and I will also kind of go into what I hope to do for the next year. First off, I want to thank you guys. Earlier this year, we reached a milestone of 1,000 subscribers, and honestly, I can't believe that we actually made it to that type of achievement. I know that I kind of pushed off doing something special about it until a few weeks ago, but things just kind of have been hectic for me, so I do apologize that it took so long to actually do something to celebrate, but I cannot thank you guys enough for your continued support of the channel. So once again, thank you all for your continued support. Now, you might be new to the channel and wondering just what exactly do I do on this channel? Well, this is a Let's Play channel, which means that, in simplest terms possible, I play video games and I commentate over them. Originally, when I started this channel, the focus was a bit more broader. By that, I mean that it was kind of like everything and anything with a bit of an emphasis on Nintendo. Recently, though, the focus has narrowed down quite a bit, so I tend to do RPGs and platformers more commonly than most other types of games. But those aren't exclusively what I do. I do jump into a few other types of genres every now and again, but those are the main things that I emphasize. I am also not alone in doing some videos. There are plenty of co-op videos that I do with some of my friends: Child of Fallout, Overlord, and Infinite Hypnotica. So that is what I do on this channel in just as few words as possible. Now, I have gotten a few questions on what is my setup, kind of what I use to record. My most common setup is using, well, consoles, and to do that, I use an Elgato game capture card. It works pretty well. I've been using it for the past year or so, and it's worked out very well. I've been very happy with this thing. In terms of other things, microphone that I use is a Blue Yeti microphone, and I edit my videos in Vegas Movie Studio HD 11.0. It's a little bit out of date, but it still works pretty well for me. Whenever I have to record things on my laptop, I haven't really had to make too much use of it recently, but I do also have Fraps to record off the laptop. And then, of course, for going back with audio, I also just use the program Audacity to actually do the recording for commentary. So that is basically what I use in my current setup. In the past, I have used some other things, like just a normal USB microphone. For capture card, I have also used a Dazzle. So those are some things that I've used in the past. But from what I just went through, those are the things that I currently use for my setup. So if you were kind of interested in doing your own videos, this is the setup that I've been using. Now, you may also be new to the channel and wondering what exactly I do in terms of upload schedule. Basically, I try to upload a video every single day. I might not be able to do that for one reason or another, but I always try to strive for one video a day. Basically, how I upload is that with multiple series going on simultaneously, the series switch off each and every day. So, to give you an example of the current projects that are going on, let's say that it is Monday, and currently it is Tokyo Mirage Sessions that goes up. On Tuesday, since I have a second series going on, it would be that second series. In this case, it would be Battle for Bikini Bottom. Now, that's only Battle for Bikini Bottom on Tuesday. On Wednesday, it's Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Thursday, it's SpongeBob, and so on and so forth. However, every Saturday is a co-op video. So, in this case, when it gets to Saturday, no matter what video is currently up for that day, it's going to be Fortune Street, and it will always be Fortune Street every single Saturday. So that's basically how the upload schedule goes. If I do miss a day, like let's say Thursday should have been SpongeBob, but say my internet goes down, or I'm on vacation or something and I couldn't get a video up, then that series picks up whenever I next upload. So say I'm gone Thursday, but I get back Friday. On Friday, it would be SpongeBob. So the series will always just alternate between one another. So that is all the technical side on this channel. For those of you who may have been wondering, or maybe you forgot since the last time and wanted to, be refreshed on how exactly I do things around here. And now we get to the point where I'm sure a lot of you are excited. Every year, I kind of go over the technical aspect, and I also go over my plans for the upcoming year. I don't reveal everything, but I do give a little bit of a teaser on things that I hope to accomplish in the upcoming year. So, the first thing that I want to talk about, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I have not forgotten about it. I know it was put on hiatus for a little bit. I delved a bit into the post-game, but it kind of just dropped off. Things have been very hectic over the past few years, and even though I'm finished with university, I graduated, things have still been kind of up in the air. I've had to do a lot of work when preparing the videos and the polls for the 1,000 subscriber special. There's, of course, doing planning for stuff here to celebrate the anniversary of the channel, and then there's stuff that I'm doing in the real world, namely trying to find a job. So things have been a little bit less stressful, but nonetheless have still been very busy. So Gale of Darkness is still a bit on the back burner, but I haven't forgotten about it. I have every intention on going back and showing the rest of the post-game. I am not entirely sure when that will happen, but I do aim to continue doing that. Next thing I want to talk about are the next 3 projects that I plan on doing. The next 3 projects are set in stone. I know exactly what I'm going to do for the next 3 LPs that go up. Keep in mind, these are single-player Let's Plays. I'm not sure when exactly me and my friends can get back together again to record more co-op stuff, but in terms of solo projects, the next 3 games have been set in stone, and they have been for a while. Placement's been a little bit iffy every now and again, just like when each series goes up when, especially since I also had to throw in the subscriber special. But do know that I've had the next 3 projects set up for a while. And while I don't want to say what all 3 of them are, I will give you one of them. And that is Persona 3 FES: The Answer. At the end of the series, I did say that I wanted to do The Answer and that I would do it. I also said that it would be around summer, and, well, that didn't happen because, well, that was more a problem with scheduling more than anything. but it is something that I still want to delve into, especially since Persona 3 is my absolute favorite game of all time. But I have never played The Answer before. The Answer, for those of you who may not really know, is a bit of an epilogue to Persona 3. So, it's something that I've been looking forward to doing, even though I know that it's quite a bit, well, grindy. So, it is something that I am going to do in one of the next 3 series that I do. Another thing that I want to bring up is the polls. Since I have kind of talked about them a little bit, especially while the polling was still going on, SpongeBob SquarePants won the poll, but that doesn't mean that anything else that was part of the poll, whether it was in the finals or not, was disregarded. Just because something did not win the poll, whether it was the initial poll or the final poll, does not mean that it's not up for consideration. In fact, based on what won the polls, what were basically runner-ups in each of the respective categories, I take those into account for trying to schedule some future projects. So those have been taken into consideration on just ideas that I might be floating around. So don't be surprised if something from the polls ends up being in a future Let's Play. I can't say when because honestly, aside from the next 3 projects, I have absolutely no idea what exactly is going when. But to give you a little bit of an idea, every year, around the end of winter, beginning of spring, I always tend to do a 3D platformer. I've been doing this consistently every year, starting with Mario Galaxy, going through the 3D Mario games, and this past year, I did Banjo-Kazooie. I have been wondering what exactly I'm going to be doing for the upcoming year's 3D platformers. And, well, the biggest game that I've been thinking about doing is Spyro the Dragon. And that is entirely based on the polls. That doesn't mean that I'm necessarily going to do Spyro the Dragon, since there's another game coming out that really has my attention. It's a little known game, you may not have heard of it, called Yooka-Laylee. The only problem is that Yooka-Laylee still doesn't have a release date. So depending on the schedule and depending on when Yooka-Laylee is released, may or may not determine which one of those 2 games I do come, say, March or April. So, just a little thought right there. There are 2 more things that I want to talk about for future projects. One is that there was a game I mentioned last year that I wanted to do, and it was kind of something a little different from this channel, and it's a first-person shooter game that I thoroughly enjoyed what little bit I played. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't fit it into my schedule, but it is still something that I am toying about doing. I'm not sure whether or not I really want to go through with it, since the last first-person shooter game I didn't exactly get a lot of attention. So, it's still something that may or may not happen, but it's still something that I would want to do. In case you're wondering what game it is, well, I'm tempted to say it, but let's just say that there's some splicing of hairs that may or may not occur. Take that as you will. And the last thing that I want to talk about are streams. I have been toying with the idea of starting streaming for years, and the biggest reason why I haven't done so up to this point has simply been time. University took so much time away from me that I just couldn't do streams. And right now, I'm still not in a position to do it, since just the time that I have that I could dedicate to streams just isn't there. But it is still an idea that I have been toying with and something that I really want to do. More than likely, if I do start streaming, it would be when I kind of have a place to call my own and I have a bit more time that I can work with. I do have a couple of ideas I want to do with streams, but that will be something that I kind of explain a bit more detail in a future video. I would try to basically tell you guys when I'm doing stream or when I expect to do streams, but again, this is mostly an idea. This isn't something that is set in stone. It isn't something that I am for sure doing, but it is something that I kind of want to do. So don't be surprised if you see another informational video based on Twitch. Oh, one more thing before I call it a video. For those of you who have been here for a few years, you know that I typically do a bit of a highlights video showing a few of the different moments that have happened over the past year, whether they have been spectacular successes, fails, or just funny moments. The video for this year is still being worked on, so it'll come out just a little bit later. It's not gonna be as bad as last year. My god, was that a big delay. But do expect the highlights video to come up in the next week or two. So, with everything that is said and done, once again, thank you guys for your continued support of the channel. It has been a fantastic 5 years, and let's hope the next 5 are just as great, if not better. So, until next time, everyone, take care, and happy birthday, channel.